So many people are asking me what the difference is between microdosing magic mushrooms and microdosing LSD. And in this episode today, I'm going to share with you my experience, my thought process, and which one do I think is better? Which one do I think is better for you? So let's get right into it. Welcome to Microdose U. I am Dr. Dave. So good to have you here. So as you probably know, I've been microdosing magic mushrooms for just about 4 years now. And the success that I've had in combating my mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, and a lot more has been just absolutely incredible. I went from someone who was just lying on the couch a good part of the day, depressed, very anxious. My physical health was going downhill just because my mental health was, and everything's connected, to someone a short time later after microdosing who I feel like rejuvenated. I feel really good every day. I've got a totally different outlook on life. I'm healthier. And so magic mushrooms have been a tremendous win for me, hands down, no question about it. And over the past few years, my friend and colleague, Dr. Denise Moret, we've helped one-on-one so many people get to the same place that we've gotten to, because there's something about magic mushrooms, a very natural plant medicine that absolutely rewires the brain in such an like unbelievable way. You almost feel like a different person, although you're the same person, but you just have a totally different feel about life and about everything around you. It's absolutely incredible. So as I said, I've been microdosing for close to 4 years. My regular regimen these days with microdosing has been probably 3 to 4 times per week. Just a medium-sized microdose, and that gets me through. And it's been great. However, if you've been following me for a little while now, you know that probably about a month ago, I shared with you that I experimented with microdosing LSD for the very first time just several weeks ago. And what I want to share with you with LSD is that although I was initially a little bit afraid to use LSD just because of so many things I've heard about in my past, but I did finally take the plunge very easily, 10 to 20 micrograms, I would say, something like that, or 8 to 20 micrograms per microdose. And what I found out is that I believe, and it's a little bit too early to say this because, again, my experience with LSD is nothing like my experience with magic mushrooms. But from what I can say early on is that I think LSD could be so promising, perhaps just perhaps more promising than magic mushrooms. And I'll tell you why. I find when I microdose magic mushrooms, I feel a little something in the background for sure. And of course, it depends on what type of a dose I do. But generally after 2 to 3 hours or something, just roughly something like that, I feel, the feeling fades away. And the benefits are long lasting for sure. And I've got no complaints. And pretty much for 4 years, that's all I knew. But with LSD, it actually feels a little bit different. How can I explain this? I would say that after I take a microdose of LSD, pretty much for the rest of the day, I've got this like incredible, low level, wonderful feeling that is similar to the mushrooms, but different enough. And I wish I could put it into words. Like, what's the difference? What is it? What does it feel? Like, why does it feel so different? What about it is different? And I don't know how to actually put it into words. Although I would say the feeling is definitely more front and center with me. I know it's there. There's no question it's there. But again, it's a very, very positive feeling. But it lasts basically all day long. And not only that, since I started microdosing LSD, I've kind of put the mushrooms aside because I didn't think it would be fair to be doing both at the same time, and then I really wouldn't know what's what and if it's a benefit from using both at the same time. So I just pretty much put the mushrooms to the side, at least temporarily, just to see what the LSD has to offer. And I will say this, that I feel that I only need to use the microdose of the LSD once a week, and I can pretty much feel it all week long. And the way I've been doing it is, and I think I might have shared a little bit with you, is that I've been having an acupuncture appointment every single Sunday. It just works out that way. It's a really good time for me, and it's for my plantar fasciitis. My foot's been killing me for like several months now, and it's terrible. And everything I've tried, like nothing has really worked very well. But the only thing I really found that's worked well is acupuncture. And I don't know if I could just guess how many acupuncture visits I've had. I probably had about 8 or 9 visits. I did a few a week at first, but then I've kind of narrowed it down to just once per week on a Sunday. So I do the microdose of the LSD before the acupuncture appointment. I time it. Now I've learned to do it actually a few hours before because it's so long lasting and it kind of keeps building and building and building upon itself. So I go into the acupuncture appointment. I get stuck with needles all over my body. I lay back with my earbuds on. I listen to really good music for about an hour, and it's just an incredible experience. Acupuncture while microdosing LSD is it's just it's unbelievable. I can't even describe it. However, even after the appointment, well into the rest of the day, I've got I've got this feeling of the microdose of the LSD that's just really how can I say this? Just profound, incredible. But then even the next day, the afterglow, I feel it really well. I feel no need to microdose anymore. And again, that kind of gets me through the entire week without doing anything else whatsoever. Sure, sometimes in the evening after dinner, I'll be hanging around the house and I'll just enjoy a very little bit of maybe a cannabis gummy with some CBD or something like that, which is it's just really relaxing and it's really nice. I don't feel like I have to do that at all, but I just enjoy it. But as far as the microdosing goes, the LSD has gotten me to a place where, yeah, once a week, fairly strong, but good, fairly strong. But it's just, it's almost like I wish I would have started with this. I really wish I would have started, but again, I wouldn't have had anything to compare it to. So I think the timeline that's worked for me, had the mushrooms, 4 years, and then into the LSD, is probably a really good thing because again, without the mushroom experience, I would not know how to compare it, and I wouldn't be able to have been teaching you for the past 3 to 4 years about mushrooms and coaching and helping so many people one on one with our personalized programs that we have as well. So I've learned a lot and I've learned how to help so many people. But now we take it to the next phase. Is it better? Is LSD better? I'm going to answer that very vaguely, but I'm going to say possibly or perhaps yes. The next question you might have is, well, I know nothing about LSD. I don't know where to get it. I don't know anything about it. I don't know how much to use for a microdose. Well, don't worry. Guess what? Dr. Denise and I are already talking about coming up with a program to help people that might have somewhat of an interest in learning more about this, but have absolutely no idea where to start. And that was really me, you know, a short time ago. I had no idea. I had never done it. But again, I feel like in a way I have to be your guinea pig on some level because if I didn't try it, I wouldn't really be able to report to you. Sure, you'd be able to go on YouTube and find people that have and maybe, but I don't know, who knows whether we can trust these people or not. You've known me, if you've been following me for a while, you've known me for a while. You know I'm a straight shooter. You know I'm only going to tell you the truth and I'm going to tell you my story. It's not medical advice, but I'm going to share with you what I've been through, what's happened with me and what's worked with me and what hasn't worked with me. And now I'm going to be doing the same thing with the LSD because I think it opens up another, I would say, window of opportunity to just feel so much better every day. And I would argue that if we could do it less, like once a week with the LSD microdosing, I would argue that that's probably a better thing, right? I think you would agree. So please drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Have you ever tried microdosing LSD? Would you be open to it? Would you be amenable to it? Would you want to learn more? Would you be interested in a one-on-one coaching program that Dr. Denise and I are about to launch? Well, I'd say fairly soon, not just yet. We want to make sure it's perfect or close to perfect before we launch it because our one-on-one program that we've been doing for close to a year and a half now with microdosing magic mushrooms has just been It's been phenomenally successful. We've helped so many people on a one-on-one basis go from pretty much from zero, from knowing nothing, to feeling much better about their lives every single day now. So please comment below and let me know what you think. Let me know if you're open to using LSD even on a microdose level or even on a higher level. I don't know. And I want to ask you a favor. If you really enjoy what you're seeing or hearing, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as commenting below, because again, it really does help the channel. And by helping the channel, all that means is if the channel does a little bit better, more people all over this planet can get to see this information and get some help with their lives that they've been longing for. They've been just not really sure where to turn. It's very complex out there, but we kind of break it down and make it really, really simple here. And of course, I've got show notes on every episode, important links, and my website. If you're interested in learning more, microdoseu.com. It's microdose, the letter U on the end of it.com. And yeah, you can learn about our one-on-one personal guidance coaching programs as well. And a lot of people have so many questions about microdosing, especially microdosing magic mushrooms. So if you're one of those people that has some unanswered questions, I just did an episode a very short time ago where I answer the most commonly asked questions about microdosing, magic mushrooms, and more. If you're on YouTube, it's right here. I'm pointing to it. If you're on audio, Spotify, Apple, or more, I'll put it in the show notes. Till next time, I am Dr. Dave, and yes, I do love you.